Family, what's going on? Uh, haven't posted in a while, and I thought I'd give a go at it tonight. But I got a question, family. What's going on with our young people? It seems as though we have a major epidemic in our community, our village, that is destroying the youth, the future leaders of the village. Within a matter of roughly 1 month, we have witnessed the lives of several individuals, gangsters, and gangster rappers, now more commonly known as drill rappers, taken. Some losing their life hours apart with the clock still ticking. We are in Chicago, family, such a beautiful city, notoriously known as a gangster town from back in the days of Al Capone. The city is one of the most beautiful downtown areas in the world, with all sorts of opportunities for growth. But because of the infestation of gangs, many of our young people don't see how truly blessed they are to be in a city of such magnitude. Tonight, I will roughly go through the names of some of the individuals who have lost their lives due to this gang madness. Some on the brink of being set for life, almost being able to provide for their families and friends, almost being able to establish generational wealth, only to lose sight of this, losing their lives in the process. We'll begin with Bloodhound Lil Jeff, Jeffrey Dahmer, as he was called. He was a drill rapper from the Bloodhound set of Drill City, an area on the east side of Chicago. They are at war with many other sets in the city, their most heated war being with Trap City Zone 7, a set that they were actually cool with at one time. Lil Jeff was notoriously known for his online videos, openly discussing robberies and murders committed. It was said that he had up to 10 bodies or hats, a reference to lives taken. One such incident involved the deaths of two brothers, Montario Monty Drench Williams and Robert Little Rob Boston, which occurred at a high school in downtown Chicago. It was said that he committed these murders due to the brothers taking a watch that belonged to him. In one video in particular, the infamous Take You to Killing School video, he continued to mention the number 2 in reference to the 2 lives he took. He continued on with his gang activity as his music began to get noticed, receiving millions of views. He was seen as the second coming of King Von, only to lose his life on a drill against Trap City, being shot 19 times. You talk about getting someone out the way. Lil Jeff was disrespectful to the ops until the end, never holding back his feelings towards his ops. He also appeared to have a substance abuse problem when during the interview him and his right-hand man Q50 began to sniff pills on camera, promoting drug use to the masses of young people that followed him and his music. After his death, many people felt a sense of relief now that he was dead, being mocked heavily till this day. He was murdered on June 8, 2024, being only 21 years of age at the time of his death. Lil Josh was a member of Paxtown 071, another gang-infested area on the east side of Chicago. He too was a drill rapper who recently was murdered in the city. He was in a vlog pertaining to his area in December 2023 with other members from Paxtown, also known as EJ City. His music began to take off when he too met his untimely demise on June 3rd, 2024 at the age of 26. Paxtown, an older GD set, has been in a long-standing war with NLMB, a notorious set with members that include Little Bibby, G Herbo, and most notably Cairo. Lil George was a BD, like Lil Jeff, although he hailed from the Wild Hundreds before moving to Paxtown. Many people felt that he was murdered by the opposition only to learn that he died at the hands of Paxtown members, notably the rapper Jayski, who we will discuss. Lil George was the blood brother of King Richard, of BD, who is a rapper comedian. It was said that he was beaten to death and then shot by Jayski. Internal beef going on within Paxtown. Within the month of June, other members from different gangs lost their lives, some on the same day. G Smalls from Folly, a Black P Stone set, and Trigger Black from Lamron were murdered on June 8th, the same day as Lil Jeff. EBK Lil Wop was gunned down on July 7th, 2024. He hailed from the east side, being affiliated with TTD, Trained to Drill, now better known as WAP Gang, a part of the East End Alliance that includes Mall Town, Moose Block, and Ghetto World. In one of his music videos, he can be seen playing a piano with guns in each hand, hitting the keys. He was considered a Grim Reaper, which should tell you everything you need to know about him. He had a brother who was also murdered due to gang violence. Many of the names of these different sets come from members murdered due to gang violence, some of them being young as 16 years of age, although he appeared somewhat older. East End's most vicious rivals include Paxtown, Rawtown, Sircon City, and 650. Little Scoon, 8'9", was an 18-year-old rapper from the Burley Boys GME set on the east side, which has wars going on throughout the east side. He was an aspiring drill rapper who was very close to the Bloodhounds and Lil Jeff. I feel the most sorrow for him after seeing his last video on DJU TV. In this video, he spoke about wishing he had people around him that spoke out against gangs and gang banging, stating he wanted to be the first member of his family to be in a position to help his family and friends in an effort to get out the life. His death is being talked about heavily due to many feeling he was set up or backdoored by either members he was around or a couple of female hairstylists. Videos now online which appear to show the involvement of these females with the setup that took his life. Also in this interview, he let it be known that he attended the same high school as the two brothers murdered at the hands of Lil Jeff. Dropping out of school after this incident, leaving many to believe he set up the play. As of now, these two females have received death threats due to their suspected involvement in his death, one lady leaving the city altogether. Burley Boys and Bloodhound Gang have a close affiliation with NLMB, sharing some of the same enemies. Burley Boys are also known as Roadblock. Lil Scoon was murdered July the 8th, 2024. Another member was also shot but survived the attack. Lil Scoom and Lil Jeff worked with each other to make music videos, both rapping on songs together with other members before losing their life. THF Twin, part of the rap group The Twins, was the older of the two, his brother being known as THF Lil Twin. THF Twin was murdered on July the 11th, 2024. The twins were shunned by certain members of THF because many of the members didn't feel they lived up to the gang moniker. It was said that he was found murdered in a home on the south side, dying in front of Lil Twin. The twins have a number of music videos online. They just didn't take off like others in THF. No one knows exactly what happened that led to Twins' murder, but some are saying that it was due to a robbery that went wrong. Roughly 1 hour later, one of the most disrespectful members in the city was murdered on the Dan Ryan Expressway. 800 TJ, a member of the Mickey Cobra set on the south side, was notorious for dissing the dead as well as the living. TJ and members of 800 were known for taking pistols from members of other sets. On July 9th or 10th, he had taken a firearm from a member, this member giving him 48 hours to return this weapon. TJ was murdered in less than 24 hours of this incident. Many in the viewing community feel that the person that issued the threat may have been behind his death, but as disrespectful as he was, the hit could have come from anywhere. 800 having so many enemies throughout the city of Chicago. Needless to say, he has been dissed to heights unseen, with family and friends being helpless to stop this onslaught. He was a hated individual, one that young people would consider a demon. Lastly, we come to Jayski, a Paxtown 071 member like Lil George, who we previously touched on. He too was a drill rapper that had a small following checking out his music. But the case of Jayski, if true, is a grim reminder. You can never trust anyone if you're in this life. Your own guys will take you out before the ops in some cases. It has been learned that Jayski was the one that took the life of Lil George, with George's brother King Richard dissing Jayski in such a disrespectful fashion. Per police reports and scanner reports, he was hit up in almost every part of his body, his death being caught on camera, just like Bloodhound Lil Jeff. Think of what this young man's family must be going through. But this is the life he chose. Jayski was murdered July 10th, 2024. Another young life gone too soon. What is going on with our young people? Who are they listening to? Why does every young man, every young woman between the ages of 10 to 30 desire to involve themselves in such destructive, counterproductive activities? Why do they seem to find violence towards their own people so exciting, so enticing? Are the parents teaching them or trying to be their friends? Many of these youngsters make more money than their parents, so they feel they don't have to listen to them. Why do we in the community seem to embrace this behavior when we see where it leads? Why are we condoning this behavior? Why are we making this segment of the community the leaders of our communities, instead of our white collar and blue collar young people trying to live a righteous path? In every city, to include smaller rural towns, we condone this behavior. Are we even talking to these youngsters? Are we listening to them? I refuse to believe that every young person involved in gangs really want to gang bang. Lil Schoon said as much. Our cities and towns are being taken over due to this foolishness. Businesses that could offer employment are exiting these gang-infested cities at an alarming rate. Why are our young people under the impression that being a drill rapper, a gangster, the only way out of the hood? Many of our young people are illiterate. They only know how to write in school using social media jargon. Do we not see the problem with this? Who is going to lead our people to that next phase of representation for us if this is all they see? Why are we so angry with each other for no reason, ready to take a life at the drop of a hat, but slow to learn what it would take to keep the community intact? I ask these questions because of how we are losing so many young minds in our community. Many of our young are related by blood and will still rub each other out. This is a real epidemic, whether we want to admit it or not. At this rate, we will not be a race of people in existence to move on into the future. It is saddening to see the crimes committed against other poor people in the community, in the village, on a daily basis. Why do we think this is cool to do and promote? Why are our young women being drawn to a whore spirit? Forgive me, family, for venting. I'm just trying to find answers to this madness. Some of our voices online plant the seeds of violence in our young people due to their platforms, co-signing this behavior. All of these deaths could have been prevented had they drawn from righteous teachings. When will it begin? When will they begin to draw and see that once your life is gone, it's over? I just had to speak on it, family. Get it off my chest. We got to let these babies know we love them from our words and our actions. Only then will we begin to stem this tide of self-destruction. Rest in peace to those that have lost their lives due to a lack of understanding. Condolences go out to the families. Until next time.